Starting with today's video, I'm going to tell you a story that might be helpful to you. On a small street in the suburbs of Paris, Anna would stroll past the Café Le Petit Coin every day. Each time she passed by, she would see Laurent, a guy with flowing brown hair and optimistic blue eyes, sitting in his usual corner. Laurent would always look at Anna with a warm smile, as if to greet her. But Anna didn't pay any attention, her eyes always fixed on something distant, her mind preoccupied. Day after day, Laurent would still sit there, still smiling at Anna, but she always ignored him. Then one day, Laurent no longer appeared in his usual corner. The cafe seemed emptier than ever. It was then that Anna suddenly realized she had become accustomed to Laurent's smile, that his quiet but warm presence had become an important part of her daily life. Anna suddenly felt empty. She decided to find Laurent. She went to Le Petit Coin, and for the first time she sat down, looking out at the street with expectant eyes. When she began to ignore her futile worries, love quietly appeared, and then Laurent returned, a smile on his lips, ready to love Anna once more. That's right. There's an interesting paradox in love. The more you try to hold on, the more the other person wants to leave. On the contrary, when you learn to let go, they are attracted as if by magic. Love is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the further it flies away. But when you calmly stand still and enjoy life, sometimes that butterfly gently lands on your shoulder. Serenity and confidence are the factors that create the mysterious attraction. The art of ignoring is a way to awaken the conquering instinct in everyone. We all yearn to possess things that are hard to reach, precious things that are not easily obtained. When you don't quickly open your heart or are not easily conquered, you become much more special and attractive. Others are attracted not only by your elusiveness, but also by your confident and self-possessed grace. However, ignoring here does not mean becoming cold or indifferent. It is an expression of independence, of knowing how to love and value yourself. You still care, but you don't depend. You're still there, but you don't lose yourself. You have a fulfilling life with passions and ambitions, always learning and growing. It is the confidence, the joy, and the positive energy that radiates from you that creates an attraction like a magnet, making others unable to resist. And today, I will explore with you 17 signs that prove they only really want you when you stop trying to hold on. These signs can be very subtle, but when you recognize them, you will understand more about the art of letting go and retaining freedom and love, so you no longer get stuck in endless chasing games. Before we start, please like this video to help spread this useful knowledge about the psychology of love to more people. I understand you're in a tough spot, trying to rekindle her interest. But sometimes clinging too tightly and constantly trying only pushes her further away. There's a simple yet profound philosophy called the power of absence, where you need to understand that sometimes letting go and temporarily disappearing from her life is the way to make her miss you more. We often don't realize the value of something until we lose it, or at least don't have it for a while. By constantly being present in her life, through texts, calls, or always trying to meet up, you're creating an overabundance of your presence. This makes her feel like you're always available, always there, and gradually you become less important. When you step back, no longer overly enthusiastic, and present everywhere, you create a void in her mind, a void where she begins to feel a lack, an emptiness that you once filled. The power of absence effect helps others recognize your value by temporarily withdrawing from their attention. Silence is sometimes the most powerful word. When you stop trying too hard, you send a message that you have your own worth, that you don't depend on anyone to find happiness. This is incredibly attractive to her. Nothing intrigues a woman more than realizing that the person she thought was always available is no longer there. And that absence is what makes her start to wonder, remember you, and even try to reconnect. In the moment of absence, she may begin to reevaluate the relationship, and sometimes only with such distance can people realize the true value of each other. You yourself will also feel this, that knowing how to stand up and walk away is not giving up, but creating an opportunity for her to understand how important you are. This is not a power play. but about giving both of you time to realize what each other's presence means. Oscar Wilde once said, "The only mystery in the world is the obvious." The same goes for love. When you're always present, always available, your value gradually fades in their eyes. But when you know how to create scarcity, you awaken in them the instinctual desire to conquer. The scarcity effect has a magical power when it comes to attraction in love. Once you've temporarily created distance with the power of absence, now is the time to come back differently, to become someone of value and make her feel that you're no longer as easily attainable as before. This may sound like you're manipulating or calculating, but it's actually a way for you to regain balance in the relationship, a balance where you can both cherish each other instead of you always being the one giving. There's a famous quote by the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche: "You can't love someone without a little distance." Scarcity increases your value, not only in her eyes but also in your own perception. When you're no longer the one who can always be by her side just because of a text or a call, you become something more elusive, special, and attractive. Love is like rare objects. The harder they are to attain, the more people crave them. When you make yourself a scarce entity, a man who knows his own worth and doesn't easily give away his affection, you naturally create attraction. It's not that you don't care or love her anymore, but that you show her that you also have your own life, with goals and passions that you pursue. This makes her feel that you don't depend on her to define yourself. And conversely, she needs to make an effort to get your attention and love. The scarcity effect here is a reminder that love also needs boundaries, needs values that only when you build them will others truly appreciate. When she realizes you're no longer always available, that's when questions start popping up in her mind. What is he doing? Does he still think about me? And this is what makes her start thinking more about you, even actively wanting to reconnect. The important thing is that you must become the best version of yourself, constantly developing and making her see that you are someone anyone can appreciate. You don't need to tell her that you are valuable. Your actions, attitude, and consistency will speak for themselves. The writer Paulo Coelho once wrote, "Where there is life, there is hope. And in love, hope is the fire that warms the heart, helping us overcome challenges, even when faced with scarcity." Once you've sparked her curiosity and desire, the next important thing is to control your own emotions. Don't let negative emotions like jealousy, anxiety, and insecurity take over your mind. This not only brings respect from her, but is also a way for you to find happiness and peace within yourself. There is a famous quote by the philosopher Epictetus, one of the masters of Stoic philosophy: "We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we react." This quote is especially meaningful when you are trying to rebuild a connection with her after a period of creating scarcity. This means that in order to make her notice and appreciate you again, you need to become a man who is not shaken by the fluctuations of emotions. Imagine you are a large ship passing through a storm. The waves may rise violently, but the ship still maintains its course, not swaying. You need to know how to control your emotions, not letting yourself be too dependent on how she responds, whether she misses you or not. Instead, you maintain a calm attitude and believe in your own worth. She will realize you've changed, that you're no longer the man easily hurt or disappointed by small gestures or unexpected reactions. Your self-control will create an extremely strong attraction, because nothing makes others respect and admire more than someone who knows how to control himself. This not only makes her feel comfortable around you, but also creates a sense of reassurance that you are someone who can stand firm amidst life's ups and downs, and that makes her want to lean on you more. Human psychology is always attracted to things that are stable and solid. When you can control your emotions, not being overly eager, jealous, or clingy, you send a message that you are a mature person who knows how to regulate emotions and is ready to face any situation. Then you are no longer the one who needs her to create a sense of security for yourself, but you become her support. Not letting emotions dominate also helps you see the situation more clearly and decide the next steps more wisely. This is not about pretending to be emotionless or losing your sincerity. On the contrary, you still love, you still care, but you love in a more mature and peaceful way. When you can maintain your emotions, that calmness will be the key to reopening the door to love, and even take the relationship to a new level, where you both respect and grow together instead of being dependent and negative. Knowing how to control your emotions is an important stepping stone for you to appreciate yourself and your time more. In love, when you are no longer caught up in negative emotions, you will have the time and space to look back at the relationship, realize your self-worth, and make wise decisions. This is an important step forward, not only helping you become a better version of yourself, but also making her realize that you are truly worthy. A healthy relationship never starts with one person losing themselves to try to make the other person happy. The core lies in the fact that each person must learn to love himself first, and from there, can bring love to others in a sustainable way. There is a saying by the American philosopher Nathaniel Branden, self-esteem is not about thinking you are superior to others, but about accepting and appreciating your true self. This is very true when it comes to the process of you appreciating yourself and your time in love. When you start to value yourself and place value on the time you spend for yourself, you are sending the message that you are not willing to trade everything to pursue anyone, including her. This makes her no longer take your presence for granted and begin to appreciate the value of the moments you spend with her. During this process, you need to invest time in activities that you love, personal passions, and especially things that help you grow both physically and mentally. Remember that you are not just a part of this relationship, you are also an energetic individual with ambitions, dreams, and outstanding abilities. When you value your time, you will naturally attract respect from others, and she will feel that you are not someone who is willing to give everything to her and lose yourself. A man who knows how to appreciate himself will become a source of inspiration for his partner. When she sees you growing, striving to become a better version of yourself every day, she will not only admire you but also feel like she wants to be a part of that journey. Appreciating your time also means not wasting it on negative emotions such as jealousy or clinginess. You learn to face difficulties in love calmly and understand that happiness does not come from possessing someone, but from sharing joy, values, and time together. When you value yourself and your time, you become someone who can control not only your emotions but also your life. And that is what makes others feel like they want to connect and appreciate you more than ever. True love is not about possession or ownership, but about respect and appreciation for each other. To maintain a healthy relationship, you need to set clear boundaries and protect your self-esteem. Boundaries are the limits you set in a relationship to protect yourself from hurt and violation. This not only helps you maintain balance and attractiveness to her, but also protects you from unnecessary pain and hurt. In love, self-respect is the factor that determines how you are cherished and honored by your partner. There's a famous saying, "We receive the love we think we deserve." This is very true when it comes to your relationship with yourself and with others. Self-respect is at the core of how you perceive your own worth, and because of this, you need to know how to establish and protect personal boundaries. If you can't respect yourself, you will easily accept disrespectful behavior from your partner, and this can lead to an imbalance in the relationship, sometimes even a toxic one. For love to exist and grow, balance and self-respect are essential. Personal boundaries are the rules you set for yourself to protect your peace. They are not walls of separation or hatred, but a way for you to love yourself and keep yourself from being hurt for no reason. When you set boundaries, you are letting her know that you are a person of value and that you cannot accept being looked down upon or hurt. This not only helps you protect your self-respect, but also shows her that you are a strong man who knows what he wants and is not afraid to stand up for his values. Self-respect and personal boundaries also help her understand and respect you more. When she knows you have your boundaries, she will have to think more carefully about how to treat you. She won't be able to easily take advantage of your kindness or love, but must learn to appreciate and build this relationship more seriously and considerately. When you know how to love and protect yourself, you create a safe and respectful space for both of you. Finally, self-respect and boundaries are also part of what helps you become the best version of yourself in this relationship. You don't have to sacrifice everything, forget yourself to get her love. But on the contrary, you need to keep your own value, keep your confidence and self-respect to create a love that is not dependent, not clingy. It is this independence and knowing how to love yourself that will make you attractive, making her feel that the love you bring is valuable and worthy of protection, not something that can be easily disregarded or missed. Did you know that a man with goals and passion always exudes a strong attraction to women? Focusing on personal goals not only helps you develop yourself but also makes you more attractive in her eyes. The psychology of love is very special. We are often attracted to people who live with passion, have their own goals, and always strive to improve themselves. When you focus on your goals, not only do you become more attractive, but you will also feel more confident, stronger, and worthy of good things in love. One of the interesting principles of psychology is the busy person effect, which means that when a person has many important things in their life, they naturally become more attractive. This is understandable. When you have your own goals, dreams, and ambitions to pursue, you are no longer dependent on anyone to find meaning or satisfaction. You begin to live your life with full confidence and a striving spirit. That is what creates an invisible attraction that makes her feel that you are special, not easy to get, and irreplaceable. The appeal of focusing on personal goals comes not only from being busy and less distracted, but also from the feeling of energy that you bring. When you pursue your passions, you convey inspiration and positive energy. She can feel your love for life, your dedication, and your ability to overcome challenges. Such people always make others feel excited and attracted because they are constantly moving forward and improving themselves. This makes the relationship not just a place to rely on, but also a source of inspiration for both to grow together. Imagine setting a new goal, such as learning a new skill, exercising to improve your health, or building your dream career. You not only become mentally stronger but also more attractive because you are a person with dreams, something to strive for, and constantly progressing. This not only makes you feel better about yourself but also creates respect from the person you love. She will see that you are a person of value, someone who is capable of directing his own life and does not accept mediocrity. Focusing on personal goals also helps reduce pressure on the relationship. You are no longer so focused on how to keep her by your side because you are busy improving yourself. This makes her feel more comfortable and even wants to find ways to become more compatible with you. When you have a life full of goals and passions, you create a space where the relationship is not everything, but just a part of a rich life. That is what makes her feel safe, comfortable, and want to accompany you on the path of self-development. In any relationship, the attraction lies not in dependence, but in the ability of both to grow together. When you focus on personal goals, you not only increase your value, but also create a strong attraction that she can't miss. You become someone she wants to share successes and failures with, and move forward together, rather than someone who is always waiting for her attention to feel happy. That is the true and most lasting attraction in love. In love, as in life, you can't please everyone. There will always be compliments, criticisms, and both positive and negative reviews. The important thing is that you have to know how to filter that information and not let it affect your mood. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If someone offends you, remember that it is their opinion that made them do it, not you. They don't mean to hurt you. They're just acting on what they think is right." Negative reviews can come from other people's judgments about your choices, or from her when she disagrees with you at some point. In such circumstances, you must remember that your self-worth is not determined by the views of others. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor and philosopher, once said, "If others speak ill of you, don't pay too much attention." The truth is that you yourself are sometimes not satisfied with yourself, let alone them. This is a reminder that other people's negative assessments do not speak to your true worth, and only you can control how you feel about yourself. If you let judgments or negative comments dominate, you will easily lose confidence and make yourself weak, thereby creating an unhealthy dependence in the relationship. When you cling to criticism or try to change yourself just to please others, you are no longer living with yourself, but trying to satisfy the expectations of others. This loses your attractiveness and autonomy. Love is not about trying to be the image that others want, but about being the best version of yourself without fear of unfair criticism. Stoicism teaches you to focus on what you can control. You can control your reactions, how you treat the person you love, and how you perceive yourself. When you don't pay attention to negative reviews, You are building a mental shield for yourself, avoiding unnecessary hurt. You become a confident and calm person who is not swayed by unworthy things. This not only helps you maintain your confidence, but also makes her realize that you are a strong person, not influenced by external pressures. When you don't let negative reviews affect your mind and actions, you demonstrate strong self-control. And it is this self-control that will make you attractive. She will feel that you are someone she can rely on because you are not easily influenced and always keep your composure in all situations. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone because you understand that that value comes from within, independent of any praise or criticism. Ultimately, not paying attention to negative reviews is not about denying all opinions, but knowing how to choose what is useful to learn from and ignore unfounded criticism. You don't need to try to please everyone, and the most important thing is to maintain balance and integrity in love. When you know how to ignore negative reviews and focus on your true worth. In love, there is an interesting paradox. It is uncertainty that creates irresistible attraction. When things are too obvious, too predictable, love quickly loses its appeal. But when there is always a little mystery, a little surprise, it will make people want to explore and conquer forever. Stoic philosophy advises us to learn to accept the uncertainty of life. Because life is inherently a series of constant changes. Love is the same. No one can guarantee that it will always be smooth sailing. There will be highs and lows. Uncertainty in love is a spice that makes relationships interesting and engaging. If you always know for sure that the other person loves you, everything goes according to plan, every moment is calculated exactly, will love still bring the excitement and joy that we crave? The mystery of uncertainty, the moments when you don't know what's coming, is what keeps the flame in love alive. It makes the heart beat faster, makes emotions more intense, and makes the relationship unpredictable, thereby creating a deeper emotional connection. When you learn to accept uncertainty, you are also freeing yourself from unnecessary worry and stress. You don't have to constantly seek affirmation from her. You don't have to control or push the relationship in the direction you think is best. Instead, you let things happen naturally, and this allows both of you to feel comfortable, unpressured, and able to express yourselves authentically. This helps love develop freely and not be constrained by excessive expectations. Moreover, accepting uncertainty also helps you become calmer and more determined. When you don't need to know the future for sure, you learn to live in the present, appreciate the present moments, and not let them be overshadowed by unnecessary worries. You allow love to develop and grow naturally, and this not only makes you happier but also makes the other person feel safe and trustworthy from you. The mystery of uncertainty is accepting that life and love always contain unpredictable things. And it is in that unpredictability that love becomes beautiful and worthwhile. When you can face uncertainty with courage and an open mind, you will create a relationship that is not only strong but also inspiring. When in love, we often have an urge to control the relationship. This is not surprising because everyone wants their love to take place safely, without encountering uncertainty or hurt. However, this excessive control inadvertently creates barriers, puts pressure, and can even hurt both of you. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on focusing only on what you can control, offers a different and profound perspective on keeping relationships natural, free, and healthy. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Some things are within our control, and others are not." Relationships and love, by nature, are always a bond between two people, two worlds with different values, thoughts, and feelings. You cannot control what she thinks, feels, or does, and you cannot force her love to develop in the direction you want. When you try to do that, not only do you take away the other person's freedom, but you also damage the relationship itself, turning it into a form of bondage rather than a voluntary and beautiful connection. Instead of trying to control, Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can do. That is ourselves, our emotions, attitudes, and actions. When you can control yourself, knowing how to regulate your emotions, knowing how to stay calm in the face of the ups and downs of a relationship, and not letting insecurities drive your behavior, you have truly created a safe space for the relationship to develop. Instead of being jealous, you learn to trust. Instead of forcing, you learn to encourage and respect her space. Control actually stems from the fear of loss. When you are afraid of losing the one you love, you want everything to be within reach, to go according to plan. But love never really belongs to control. Sincere and lasting love only exists when both people freely choose to be together, when they voluntarily accompany each other out of a desire to bond, not because they are forced or feel they have no other choice. This is especially true when you let her be free, not feeling suffocated by your control. She will naturally feel that your love is not possessive, but understanding and supportive, making her feel comfortable and safe when she is with you.